Imagine standing on Nahariya beach in northern Israel. Families are on the sand, the water is calm, and then a Hezbollah drone suddenly slams into the sea just meters from the shore. It's a razor-thin margin. Had that drone maintained its flight path for just a few more seconds, it would have struck the crowded beach. A mass casualty event on that sand would likely trigger a military response no diplomatic channel could pull back. This border is already a live combat zone. Israeli units are maintaining a constant watch over the Lebanese hills, and the IDF is carrying out daily strikes deep into Lebanon that are reportedly resulting in dozens of casualties. This cycle of daily violence and retaliatory strikes is creating a volatile environment where one lucky hit could be the spark that transforms a localized border conflict into an all-out regional war. Yet, while the front lines are burning, the signals coming from Washington suggest a different path. The White House is currently indicating that a major diplomatic breakthrough with Iran might be closer than it has been in years. The window for that breakthrough is tiny. President Donald Trump is expected to decide on the final terms of this potential deal within 48 hours. This creates a strategy of negotiation by fire. These strikes and near misses aren't just chaotic outbursts. They are targeted pressure tactics designed to force concessions and dictate terms before the ink on the agreement is dry. The question now is how each power is weaponizing its air, land, and sea borders to build their strongest possible hand before the diplomatic clock runs out. Iran is currently making its case in the air. This is an MQ-1 Predator drone, a multi-million-dollar American surveillance asset. According to the IRGC, they successfully tracked and destroyed one of these over the Persian Gulf. This follows a similar strike just days earlier involving an orbiter drone over Kish Island. Iran is demonstrating a consistent ability to clear its skies of advanced foreign tech. This capability relies on advanced surface-to-air missile systems. These launchers are the backbone of a defense network designed to lock on to high-altitude targets with lethal precision. By putting these systems into action, the IRGC is attempting to prove that American drones are vulnerable and that Iranian air defense can neutralize high-value assets before they can react. The message to Washington is clear. Iran is asserting absolute sovereignty over its airspace, showing that any military intervention will come with a high, immediate cost in equipment and prestige. At sea, the pressure is even more direct. Iran is focusing its attention on the world's most critical maritime choke point, the Strait of Hormuz. The IRGC has issued a new mandate requiring every commercial ship and oil tanker to obtain explicit permission from the Iranian Navy before they can transit through the strait. This is the physical reality of that mandate. Dozens of massive international cargo ships are now being forced to follow specific routes under the direct observation of armed Iranian speedboats. These small vessels dictate the movement of tankers, carrying a significant portion of the global oil supply. By demonstrating a physical hold over these waters, Iran is ensuring that its regional dominance is a factor that the U.S. must account for in any final diplomatic settlement. However, there are powerful forces working to prevent any rapprochement. Within Israel, hardline officials like Itamar Ben-Gvir have publicly vowed to block any peace deal that they believe favors Tehran. This resistance is taking the form of military action. The Israeli army has just pushed its deepest ground penetration into Lebanese territory in 26 years, a move that increases the risk of a direct clash that could make diplomacy impossible. Iran's military leadership is responding with its own set of warnings. Rear Admiral Habibullah Sayari has stated that any further aggression against Iranian territory will be met with a response even more powerful than before. This defiance is backed by Iran's claim that its military systems and domestic support are fully intact, signaling that they are prepared for a long-term confrontation if the current talks fail. We are seeing a high-stakes effort by both sides to change the facts on the ground through force, trying to sabotage the other's position before the final diplomatic decisions are made. Iran's current posture is an exercise in multi-domain power projection. By asserting control over the air and sea simultaneously, they are attempting to enter the final stage of negotiations from a position of strength. This strategy involves pushing a situation to the absolute limit of disaster. The hope is that making the risk of war feel imminent forces concessions. But this is a fragile balance. Moving a conflict to the edge of the abyss means the probability of an accidental, catastrophic fall increases with every passing hour. The clock is now at less than 48 hours. The decisions made in the White House and the actions taken on the beaches of Nahariya and the waters of the Gulf are converging. The risk is that a single miscalculation, a drone hitting a crowded beach, or a tanker being struck in the strait, will end the possibility of peace and ignite a war that neither side can easily stop.